All right. So the piece this morning is Quaderno, Musicale di Annalibera by Luigi Dallapiccola. This is a piece for solo piano, which was written in the 1950s. This scan of the score is from the University of North Texas, so I'm assuming it was part of my composition seminar in the first year of my doctorate, because that was the only time I was really being given any kind of music. It's a 14-minute series of pieces. The first piece is called Simbolo. I'll put the translations up as the episode progresses here. Number 2 is Accenti. Number 3 is Contrapunctus Primus. Has some 3-stave stuff going on. Number 4 is Linne. Number 5 is Contrapunctus Secundus. Canon Contrario Motu. That's very short. 8 measures. Okay. Number 6 is Frigi. And then the last I'm assuming this is the last movement. No. Resoluto is number 7. Or maybe this is, yeah, it has to be a new one. Number 8 is Ritmi. It's a longer one, but it's still only 1 minute. 9 Color. 10 Ombre. And 11 Quartina. At the end of the score here, my face is probably blocking it, but he's signed Montreal, New York, Mexico City, August to September 1952, I guess revised 1953. I know almost nothing about Dallapiccola other than he's an Italian composer famous for his serial music. So he was born in 1904. This is one of the older composers we've looked at. Died in 1975. He studied piano at the Florence Conservatory in the 1920s, studying composition with Vito Frasi, an Italian neo-romantic composer. He became professor at the Conservatory, I guess, of Florence in 1931, and retired in 1961 or 67. So he would have been in his late 20s when he landed that job. He spent his career there teaching lessons in piano and I assume composition as well, but some of his students include Luciano Berio, Dominic Argento. It's a pretty famous composer. Buzzati also studied with him. Frederick studied with him. Not recognizing any of these composers, but yeah, I think Berio would be the most famous of his students. Oh, you know what? I downloaded this for free from the website of David Bard Schwartz, who is a music theorist at University of North Texas. He was actually on my dissertation committee. Okay, so like a lot of other 12-tone composers, Dallapiccola opposed fascism and Nazis during World War II. This put him in a dangerous position where he was forced to go into hiding for several months. It was only after the war that people started to find his music and take it seriously. He's an opera called Ulysses, which I guess this author of this article says was the peak of his career in 1968, and then he didn't compose much after that. His biggest influence is, of course, the Second Viennese School, which he encountered in the 1930s, particularly the work of Berg and Webern. I guess he was a fascist during the 1920s. So all of his work from that point, he has withdrawn to never be performed. I'm assuming that music was very different from the serial music that followed. He was the first Italian to write in the 12-tone method. His first work composed entirely in the 12-tone style was Lyric Grèche, written in 1945. And his last purely diatonic work was the ballet Marcia, written in 1943. And then we got a nice list of works here. I'm not going to get too into it, but yeah, they all seem very substantial. Okay, I think with that, we can get into these little pieces here. I'm excited to hear them, and I'll let you know what I think. They're very short, all of them, like, many of them being under a minute long, so, yeah. Okay, so I rather like the series of pieces. I'm watching this very early in the morning, so not tons of it was sticking to my memory, just listening through it, but some of the movements that stuck out for me, I really like this movement, number 10, with the tremolos. I thought it was very effective, and I like how long the composer stays on this one chord at the beginning. I also really liked the rhythmic one, number 8. That was a nice, fresh change of pace in the middle of the piece, because there's a lot of like slow, quiet ones. This one wasn't bad either. Um, yeah, some of the things I was thinking of when I was listening to it is how sort of high romantic it sounds. Like it doesn't really sound um, like you're moving through the chromatic pitch space very quickly. It's kind of dwells on certain intervals and harmonies for really long periods of time, which I think makes it a little bit more accessible. Also, the melodies themselves are very um, like romantic sounding, even though they're 12-tone melodies. Um, so there's something very lyrical about it. It also has this kind of polish to it that the 12-tone method lends to it. Like it just, nothing is particularly easy to sing or repetitive, but he does not shy away from having little ostinati, especially little two-note things like this. This is a score follower, well, Insipidify video, which I'm not surprised by. Ermir Bayo, I think, is on the board, and he's a UNT composer, so it doesn't surprise me that this piece is featured on the channel. Um, a lot of the comments are really positive on this, which I think speaks to the community that this YouTube channel's created around this type of music. One person I noticed said that like this is one of the most accessible pieces to dive into if you're getting into the world of 12-tone music, to not just enjoy but to study. So I can't speak to the studying part, but I did enjoy listening to it, and whoever this is, says the third movement is particularly easy to analyze, I guess because the 12-tone row is like right there, in close imitation. Oh yeah, it's totally just like at the imitation at the unison. Um, so yeah, I'll definitely, even though I didn't particularly like the sound of this third one, I'll definitely keep that in my back pocket if I need to introduce anyone to the 12 tone method. Have them analyze this rather than some super convoluted Berg piece or something. I feel like even though Webern is very easy to analyze, you don't just want to show your students Webern. I mean, they got to know that there's other composers out there doing something similar. People have to understand that this was a moment in history and a cultural, political movement. Um, it meant something, you know? And I think that uh, going through the score and Diapiccola's bio really speaks to that. Um, and that's what this channel is all about. So glad we got to cover this one. Now, tomorrow, we probably have some more Feldman, if I would guess, hazard a guess. No, actually, we have Osvolskaya. Okay, that's good. Her 12 preludes for piano. I didn't really, I don't really have any of her piano sonatas, which is a shame. That would have been nice to add to the series, but I think you'll get a good sense of her style from these two, and they're really early, so that's good.